Alright, welcome back.
So what do we do now?
We delete her.
Oh no, nothing. We do nothing.
All hail the Magic Kong! We can't just sit here and do nothing!
We can hop a solar sailor. A full-on
That's
sprint
doing
to the
something,
pole.
asshole.
We can beat Clue there. Let's get
My
her
god,
out.
the Clue stands for fucking command line something, and I can't think of the last fucking letter, and it's bugging the shit out of me.
Command line.
Like, either command line user or something? Normally it's CLI, which just stands for command line interface. But, like, I don't know what the fucking U is. I don't know if they just made it up for this fucking shit, or if it's a real thing and I'm just unaware of it because I've never had to use it or something, but it's bugging the shit out of me every time I see it.
I understand completely.
Anyways. You know what's my favorite thing about acronyms, by the way?
What?
Is they use a lot of them in programming, right?
You
And
hate
a
them
lot
all.
of yeah, because a lot of the time I'm like, the fuck is that? And you go and like Google it, and then it like gives you the acronym for some fucking like charity or some shit, and you're
Something
just like,
else.
you're like coding, and then it's like, oh, maybe this thing.
Did you mean
Yeah,
this?
that's like, fuck it, yeah. So many acronyms, so little time. Made even worse by the fact that the company I work with uses acronyms for all its projects. So a lot of the time I'm like, is this a project, or is this like a coding thing, or is like, what the fuck are we talking about?
Yeah, what are we talking about, guys?
Yeah, like what are we... it's a project? Is it an acronym? Is this a tool we built? Sometimes we build tools and give them acronyms, so like, is this one we did? Like, is this a real thing, or is this something new we made?
Yeah, tell me please.
Like, please elaborate. Look, luckily from us, normally we do, if we're doing, normally if we build our own tools, they're giving, like, names instead of acronyms, which I'm like, thank God, it's the only thing that makes this less confusing.
Yeah, no, I get it. I get it. It's just one of those things where I'm like, there was a point where I was just like, I could get into coding, and then I went, I don't want to get into coding.
I don't want to do that. That sounds terrible.
I don't have the patience for this.
There's an amazing, there's an anime that's about, like, making video games, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I haven't actually watched it, but I should watch it. Because all the, like, memes that have come from it are like, yup, I understand.
I think I know which one you're talking
and
about.
Occasionally I'll send them to my buddy Zach, who's also a programmer that I went to school with and have done work with a couple times with. And he's like, wow, this anime is extremely accurate. And because I sent him one of the memes not too long ago that was just, she's talking to one of the programmers and she's like, hey, so-and-so, do you like programming? And she just looks, it just turns to her, like, defeatedly typing on a thing, like, dead stare, like, dead inside, just, it's complicated.
I think I know which one you're talking about, too, and it's like, New Game Plus, I think? It's something like that.
I don't know, maybe.
I forget what it's called.
I don't know what it's the name
But
of it.
I do know what you're talking about, and it's the funniest show because it's just like, I like programming and making games is fun, and then it's just like, I want existence to die.
Yeah. I just love, there's two that I love, which is just the fucking, it's, hey, do you like programming? And I just turn to her, it's complicated. And then the other one is, they're given like a tour and they're like, and this is the programming section. All the programmers are dead and like laying on the, like, defeated across tables or chairs or sleeping under the desk, and there's one of them still working. And I'm just like, yup. Like, this is very accurately a programming section. It's normally comprised of fucking at least 2 to 3 people totally destroyed. Some person trying to sleep after working 70 hours.
Straight.
And then, yeah, and then one person still at it until they crash at their 70-hour gap. Like, that's it. Ah, man, damn it, I wish I could remember what studio it was. I think it was probably an EA studio, because they tend to be the worst about it.
What?
But it also might have
EA?
been. It also might have been a Ubisoft studio. I can't remember. But they were talking about it, and they were just like, Yeah, there's just like, there's like, it's just this thing. We call it the break. Essentially, he was describing it. He's like, it's just this thing where people come in and they work, and then they disappear, and either they come back in a couple days, or we never see them again. And it's a complete mental breakdown. They have a mental breakdown, and either they power through it and they come back, or we never see them again. And I'm just like, the video game industry is so kind to people. It's what a great place to work.
That's why I would never want to work in that industry.
I wanted to, but since I've pivoted out of game development, I'm kind of like, this is better. I'm gonna be honest. I prefer this.
Yeah, my brother was just like, I don't want to really do web design, and it's just like, yeah, but web design really is where it's at.
Web design is good because there's a lot of websites, and people always need to work on them because they're always being updated.
Yep.
And systems are always changing, so someone's always got to be there to fix shit.
And that's Chris's job. Ba-ba-ba-ba-da-ba.
Kinda.
Cries.
It's
Cries on the inside.
It's like kinda. My job is more complicated than I make websites.
I make good websites.
I do a lot more than make websites. It's one of those. My friends put it better, which is my friends put it well. One of my friends puts it really well, which is he's like to the point where it became like a running gag. But he's just like, Chris is in charge of experimental technologies. Which is literally hey, does anyone on the team know how to do this? And then everyone shrugs and goes, no idea. And then they go, alright, hey, Chris. And I go, yeah. And they're like, you're doing this now. And I go, okay, I guess. I'll figure it out. And they're like, can you do this? And I'm like, maybe. And they're just like, good luck. And I'm like, cool.
He's in charge of experimental...
Yeah, no, that's a more... Like, saying I do web design is, almost an understatement of what I actually do. What I do is experimental technologies. My job is, if everyone in the company doesn't know how to do it,
Chris,
good luck! Yeah, good luck, asshole! It's your problem now. And in all fairness, I get why, and it's mainly because I'm really good at that. It's like, I'm really good, and a lot of that comes down to my friend's other nickname, which is Chris is the Hammer. He'll make it work, even if he has to. So I'm experimental technologies because, like, I will just make it work. I will force it to work if I have to.
Not that he wants to.
Yeah, it's not that I want to, but I'll do it. I don't know, I don't mind it so much, because I get to learn a whole bunch of, like, new shit that I, like, wouldn't learn normally.
Yeah, it's, like, out of the
So it's kind of fun. Yeah, it's kind of fun, because it's not as, like, mundane as, like, do this for the 800th time, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, you know.
You're at least learning something new every time.
Yeah, like, I got to learn, like, I know how to make, you know, VR games and fucking augmented reality games and stuff, mainly because I was on a team of people who were like, we're making a game that's going to use augmented reality. Does anyone know how to do that? And everyone shrugged, and they went, alright, Chris, that's your job. And I went, well, fuck me, and then I learned how to do augmented reality.
And I did it anyway.
Yeah, I just fucking did it anyways, because it needed to be done. That's how the industry works. It's either get it done,
or figure it out.
Fucking figure it out fast. The only upside from it is that I've been at it for long enough. See, I'm a the only reason it works out. The problem with doing shit like that is it becomes a problem if the person doing experimental technology shit is not someone that's just, like, willing to put their foot down and be like, no. Becomes, like, a big problem. Because then they put themselves in situations where they're like... Yeah, they put themselves in a lose-lose situation where it's not going to get done. They can't do it. And now they're stressed because they can't do it. They don't know if it's going to work out. Now they're like, oh, man, I'm going to get fired. Because, like, I can't do this and I need to do this. I'm the kind of person who's just like... They're like, can you do this? And I'm like, I will look into it. And if I can't do it, I will go back to him and be like, this is not possible. Period. It just can't be done. And And they're like,
If
well,
I can't do it, nobody can do it.
It's not that if I can't do it, that nobody
I
can
know.
do it. It's that if I can't do it, you don't have anyone else to do it. So, it can't be done.
Yeah, unless you want to hire someone new.
Unless you want to hire someone who already knows how to do it, it can't be done.
Is she gonna make it?
I don't know.
But
Can we make a new one?
Some,
Probably.
but the rest is just
She's an AI.
beyond me.
she's an ISO. ISO?
She's an ISO, or
New
what?
life form.
Really?
It's the last ISO.
Really? We're going with ISOs?
You created
What does that mean, Chris?
It's the format that CDs use to fucking play programs.
Well, she's the last of the CDs, Chris.
Yeah.
Really from
I mean, he did say he was missing his disc or something, which might have been important to bring her back. I don't know. I don't remember the
No
movie
fucking
very
know.
well. So I don't remember the movie very
I
well.
don't know if I've ever watched this one.
like flower.
I know I watched it when it was new.
It was bad then.
New-ish. Yeah, it was not great. In all fairness, this is not the worst movie.
It's not the worst
I've
movie
seen,
ever made.
Yeah, I've seen way worse movies than the Tron sequel, reboot, whatever the fuck they wanted to call
Reimagining.
it. Yeah, whatever they wanted to call it.
There, good as new. It's gonna take a while.
Wakes up and grabs both their throats.
She just pulls out one little strand of her DNA, and now she has a penis.
Clue.
Um,
Clue happened. He was built to create the perfect
Oh yeah, I was gonna look that up.
but endless potential.
what?
Never.
Her with a
What?
penis?
What? No. What clue supposed to mean?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Perfection.
C-U...
C-U-L.
No, C-L-U.
CLU.
Yeah.
Tron.
He's
You're just gonna get the guy's name. You'd have to look up, like, programming or something,
chasing
or
after
coding.
perfection, chasing after what was right in front of me. Right in front of me.
Look too hard for one thing. And you
Program.
miss
It just says
Programming language.
And
Hold
then
on.
The people around you are hurt in the process.
Yeah, it literally
Like
doesn't
Xehanort.
say it stands for
The
anything.
single-minded thirst for answers.
I must be a language. It's probably a language I just have not learned
We all
then,
have a little of
and
it.
or haven't had to
Calculated life underwriting? That's not it.
So if we're not
use
careful,
yet. Calculated life underwriting.
any one of us
Yeah, I don't
could
think so.
create an answer.
I don't think so. Maybe it might just be like a really old programming engine that like people don't use anymore or something. I don't know. I've never seen it before, and honestly, I'm not surprised. You know how many fucking programming languages there are?
A lot.
Yeah, like I'm still finding out there's like new versions of shit, and I'm just like, how is there still more shit to learn?
Tron?
Goodbye.
Cora,
wait!
I shall sacrifice myself for the greater good. The greater good. Oh no, she was ambushed and murdered. I'm glad we spent all that time
Moving herself.
saving her.
We can't just let her go.
Yeah.
Oh right.
No. Hold on, Sam. What about getting you to the portal? You shut them down from the outside.
But Cora comes first. And we still have to get back your disc.
The power of my penis.
If you chase two rabbits, you won't catch either.
Wow, that's a
If
good
this is our
expression.
father-son thing, I won't
That's what
blame
they say,
you.
but I've played
But
Super
we should
Mario.
probably get back that disc at least.
I caught 7
before
rabbits.
Clue uses it to destroy the outside world. Come on, Sam.
Right. Meet me on the flight deck. And get us some wheels.
Wheels? What's your plan?
See,
Get some literal just wheels.
I'll improvise.
I'm a user. I'm a... You can't stop me. I'm a Discord admin.
The power of my Discord.
I saw a doc here earlier.
It's man, she's in more trouble than a child on Discord.
All right.
I'm in danger.
I was watching some guy's video recently, and he literally dropped that as a joke in the middle of the video, and I was like, I'm like, oh man, we're taking shots at the fact that most of Discord users are pedophiles. I see how it is now.
love SpongeBob and Simpson memes
yeah,
because they fit most of the time.
yeah.
Because Chris, I'm in danger,
I'm in danger.
is one of the most accurate things to have said.
Oh, you know what I was actually gonna say? You know what I was just thinking? It was, you know, he was like chasing two rabbits and you're not gonna catch either, and it's just
Yeah.
like, no. The problem is that you've already given. The problem is that you've already given up and you've wasted too much time thinking about it. You just go for it, and then you might have time to save both rabbits.
Yeah.
Just saying, Spider-Man. Him and his stupid hesitation is like 99. I've learned that superhero hesitation is like the death of 99% of people in fucking comics. Is when they're like, which one do I save? And it's like, you could have saved both, but you took 20 seconds to be like, which one could I save? It's like, just do both, asshole. The only time that works out is when it's the Flash. Because
He's so fast.
no, it's been one of his, like, cruxes of his, like, character for a couple years now has been,
Slight hesitation.
it's the fact that no matter how fast he is, he can't
He's
be in
not
two
fast enough.
places at once.
Yes, that is something I
So
remember seeing.
they've used that as a crux to his thing, where they've really been like, there's a bomb to set up at the exact same time in two places, so he has to pick one.
Yes.
And that's been, like, the crux of his character for a while.
I love them using that with, like, the Flash, because it's just, like... It's such a good thing.
Yeah, he's a great. They gave him a new villain too, which was like, I don't think they did anything interesting with it, but maybe they did. I've kind of fallen out of reading comics, but they gave him a new villain called, I think his name was like Doppel or something, or Doppelganger or some shit like that. But essentially, he's someone who can be in two places at the same time.
Oh, I know. I've seen this guy before.
Yeah. But and I don't know if they really did anything with him because I kind of stopped reading.
I
around
stopped caring.
A little before they introduced him as a character, but I heard about him and I was like, oh, that's a cool concept. They could do a lot with that, considering that one of his main cruxes is that he can't be in two places at once. So stopping someone who literally can be in two places at once
Is a
would
problem.
be kind of an issue. I think I think I've brought this up before, but I've come to the realization with, because I'm not a fan of Superman as a character, because he's too powerful. He's too powerful to be left alive!
I'm too powerful to be left alive.
But what I will state that I've come to
There's
the
a chest up there.
realization that all the Superman stories that I like are all the ones that are just like, he has the power of a god, but he literally can't do anything. Those are all the good ones. It's all the, like, moral quarrel shit where he's just like, I need to do the right thing, but I'm not sure what the right thing is. Those are all the good Superman stories.
Have you ever read Superman Red Sun?
Yeah. Well, did I read? I read Red Sun,
They
yes.
made it into a movie too.
I might have watched the movie then and not read it.
The premise of that one is, what if Superman
yeah, so
was
what if
dropped
he landed in Russia?
Soviet
right?
Russia?
Yeah, yeah. Okay. I know
And
what
basically he
this is.
becomes fucking... He becomes Supreme Leader.
Yes. Well,
Which
I mean,
I'm like,
course.
of course he would be fucking
Why-
Supreme Leader.
why
He's
wouldn't he?
Superman.
Yeah, why wouldn't he?
He's fucking Superman.
And he's more equal than you. We are all equal, but I am more
shit, I
equal
can do
than
that.
you. Okay, Derek, can I bring up the fact that your sock is on upside down?
Thanks.
Okay.
I wasn't paying attention, but
I'm looking at it like, the fuck is wrong with this sock? It's upside down.
that would be Derek putting on a sock this morning and fidgeting with it a few times.
You sure you don't need help dressing yourself in the
A
morning?
little bit, sometimes.
I just love the level of like, how the fuck do you put a sock on upside down?
You just do, Chris.
Fair enough. In all fairness, I barely wear socks, so I guess I can't relate to the possible issues of wearing socks.
I have 2 wake-up blocks. I'll have to go to one.
I was talking to someone, and I was just like, I forget what it was. I was like, you don't understand. I'm a Florida/California kid at heart. I walk around without socks or shoes most of the time. They're just like, we put them on to like go outside, and I'm like, not really. Like, I'll just go straight out like barefoot to like do the trash and shit. Like, no, I don't care. And it'd be like the middle of winter. It'll be like fucking 20 degrees out, and I'm like,
me when he
fuck it,
does that.
I'm not putting shoes on for this. I'm gonna be out there for like 10 minutes. Who cares? See, the thing is I'm only gonna be outside for like 10 minutes, 5 minutes. I will just go out barefoot in a t-shirt in like 20-degree weather.
Yeah,
I'll be like,
not enough to get frostbite.
yeah,
I
it's not cold enough for me and not long enough for me to get frostbite. So I'm just gonna go out and do it and come back in. And then when I come back in, I'm gonna be like, wow, it's so warm in here.
You're not wrong.
I'm not that insane though. There was a more insane person. I had a friend who he finished shoveling, and then the snowplow came in and fucking put all the snow in front of the fucking driveway at the end. Everyone who lives in Mass knows the
Anybody
pain.
who lives in where there's snow, not even just Mass.
Yeah, they know the pain. Fucking. And he was like, he's so pissed about it that he just grabbed the shovel and went out there barefoot. Barefoot in a t-shirt, and he's just shoveling the end of his driveway barefoot in a t-shirt, and he's like, all my neighbors had to think I was fucking nuts at that point, because he's like, I'm out there shoveling and I can see them just watching me like, what the fuck are you doing?
Yeah.
Yep. That was a good one too. That was like a foot of snow time. That was one of the time periods where we got like a foot of snow. Just not fun. Never fun.
Yeah, no, I hate it. I legitimately hate it.
I don't mind the snow so much, I'm gonna be honest.
I don't mind it either. It's just when we get a
fuck
ton of it in like a day,
Yeah.
that's the obnoxious part.
Yeah, like my whole thing is the real problem is like shoveling is like the main part that's like sucks, because it's like you have to shovel it, because if you don't shovel it, then you're probably not going to be able to shovel it. Fucking like, and sometimes it doesn't matter. Like sometimes it depends on how much snow you get, but sometimes it's just like, we're gonna get this much snow, and then it's gonna be hot the next couple of days. Fuck it, it will melt. Especially if I don't have to go anywhere, I'm like, fuck it, it'll melt. It's like...
Very true. Very fucking true.
Mm-hmm. But yeah. Derek, are you gonna find Pinocchio?
Pinocchio? I will find Pinocchio.
He's asked me for dinner.
What?
Pinocchio has asked me for dinner.
I want to make a spirit. Sorry, my brain is just like, I must play game.
What is game
Yes.
other than a
miserable
distraction
pile of secrets
from your everlasting turmoil in life? Much like those watching this video. What is watching a Let's Play other than distracting you from the utter turmoils of your life?
Sure, you're bringing up the truth.
Have you seen Happy Tree Friends? Or no, Smiling Friends, not Happy Tree Friends.
Maybe?
Wrong shit. Smiling Friends is that new Adult Swim show that got that's being made by like a bunch of YouTubers. And he was, but the first episode is a dude who like wants to blow his brains out with a fucking revolver. And they go into the room and they're like, whoa! He's already on the dude area, just chill out. And he's like, all right, hold on, let me just talk to my friend for a second. He pulls Pip over and he's just like, hey man, I know we're here to help people, but this dude is a lost cause. Like, we should just cut our losses and
Yes.
And he's like, no, we can help if we can help anyone. And it's just like the whole time he's just like talking about everything they try and do. He's just like, doesn't make him feel any better. He's just like, and they get to the end where he bring him to an amusement park. And he's like, oh, don't you feel better? And he's like, yeah, a little. And he's like, see, job accomplished, well done. And he's like, but then it will fade, like everything always does. What is living really if just a useless homogeneity of distractions from deterring us from the never-ending turmoils of everyday life? Sure, there will be some happy moments, but they'll fade, like they always do.
That man speaking my language.
And I was just like, I like this guy.
That man speaking my language.
The end of it is he does find an outlet for his life. It's killing fucking little pest things with revolvers. And he's like, I guess he just needed an outlet for his life. It's like, right.
I think that's everybody though.
Um,
Find something that brings you joy.
yeah.
Does it bring you joy? No? Get rid of it.
Like, the thing that brings me joy is... Oh, no.
Yep.
I forget what it was, but I was talking to someone and I was just like, I don't find joy in things, I find content in things. And he's like, that seems sad. I'm like, it's not as sad as you think. It kind of just works for me.
Better than not having any joy.
Yeah, it's like, it's not that I find great joy in things as much as I'm just really content with the fact that my life isn't as trash as it could be. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, it's like, I could be more upset, but also, like, what does being more upset really help?
Yeah, you're right there.
Yeah. Anyways, let's pick this up in the next part. Peace.